This is the RC-10R. This is a rhythm loop station. It's best to think of the RC-10R as a drum machine first and a looper second. That's because the rhythm often informs the loop via its sync function. Just like any drummer, real or otherwise, let's go over the sounds it's capable of first. If you hit enter and you go to the genres, you can cycle through the different genres available. Press once to start the drums. We'll play the intro and then it'll go straight into pattern 1. Cycling through the genres, it'll change up what it's doing. And if you want to go through the different types of drum machine sounds in each genre, you can cycle through here. You'll notice that the tempo changes with each drum track. This is kind of a suggested setting, but you can change the tempo quite easily just by entering over and cycling through. There's 16 drum sounds in this. If you go to this menu and rhythm and loop and go over the kits, you can cycle through the different kits available. Including the 808 and 909. On top of the genres available, there's also user drums, which we can go over later in the video on how to make your own user-created drums. Let's start your drum machine. Each red segment indicates a bar, helps you for timing your fills and switching to pattern 2. Pressing down once will give you a fill. Holding it down will switch to pattern 2. You can start the loop up and you'll notice that it begins recording. It's important to note that if you're in green mode, the looper and the rhythm tracks are completely separate. They are two separate entities. So if you start and stop this one, it's going to do its thing, not connected to the rhythm at all. So in order to get them to sync up, you have to stop, clear your track if you need to, and hold down rhythm button here. Now you're blue. So this is now synced to each other. Starting up the rhythm, we'll play your intro, and then it will immediately start recording track 1. Record your thing, hit the button, and bam, you're completely synced up now. You can do fills just like any other setting. And when you switch to pattern 2, it will immediately start recording track 2 on the looper. This is good if you want to quickly get a chorus down for your verse or a second part. Pressing twice will stop everything. And there you go. RC-10R will also have some good settings to help you dial in your looper. Under System Settings, you have Output Filter. So most guitar players are going to be plugging their looper directly into their amplifier. If you use the output filter, it will adjust the EQ of the drums to better suit whatever amplifier you're plugging into directly. So if you turn it on for rhythm here and scroll over, you can select the different EQs available to make it sound better through your amp. Here's an example. When we're on through, there's no EQ adjustment, and then I'll cycle through the different types of EQ. You don't really get the idea in this particular case, but it's certainly very handy to have. Another handy thing RC-10R has is output settings. In this particular case, we have the output A, your guitar signal, the loop, and output B is the rhythm In this case, we have it going directly to the interface. Similar to the output filtering, this just separates your rhythms out so you can have it going to a clean speaker and not going through your guitar amp. Let's play something. So we're going to have a look at the RC-10R rhythm converter. I have the RC-10R plugged into the computer via USB, and I also have the output of the RC-10R going into the audio interface so you can hear the drums while you edit them. The download that you get with the converter comes with a little PDF to help you out with everything, but here's a pretty simple tutorial on how to do it. 8-beat is the default drum pattern that's in the RC-10R user bank 1. This is your kind of template for how things work with the rhythm converter. The rhythm converter takes standard MIDI files and puts them into this program, and you tell the rhythm converter where your parts start and stop within the MIDI file you uploaded. In Ableton, I have a MIDI file that has drums set up. This is the default Ableton drum sound. I have the markers set up for my different parts, but it's all one MIDI file. So basically what you're going to do is whatever DAW you use, you're going to export this MIDI file. In this case, I'm going to right click on it and go export MIDI clip. Going to go drums 2, go to the desktop. Keep Ableton open because it helps you know where the MIDI files start and stop. Basically then, you're going to go File, Open MIDI File, and locate what you just did. Cool, and there it is. So what you're going to do is you're going to tell it what BPM it's going to default to. And then you're going to tell the MIDI file when it starts and stops. So in this case, intro is on bar 1 and is 1 bar long. Pattern 1 starts on bar 2 and is 8 bars long. Pattern 1 fill starts on 10, and fills are relegated to 1 bar length at a time. Part 2 is 11 and is 6 bars long. Pattern 2 fill starts on 17 and is defaulted to 1 bar, and ending is 18 and 1 bar long. So you'll see that the divisions don't overlap at all, and that's important. So if you want to hear what it sounds like, if you hit play here, this will play the RC-10R, and you'll get to hear what it sounds like. Bonus points if you know what song this is. What's cool is you can change the drum kit real time. So if you're happy with that and you got no overlaps, all you have to do then is apply it to the RC-10R. You choose what memory slot it goes into, hit apply, and away you go. And that's it. That's all you have to do to import your own user drum pattern into the RC-10R.